There is a cricket rivalry older than most stadiums, older than most players, even older than many countries playing the game today. It is played for a trophy so small that most people wouldn't notice it. Yet for more than 140 years, this rivalry has shaped careers, inspired generations, and kept Test cricket alive. This rivalry is not built on hatred, it is built on history, pride, and respect. This is the story of the Ashes and why it became cricket's greatest rivalry. To understand the Ashes, we must first understand England's bond with cricket. Cricket was developed in England over centuries. By the 1800s, it was more than a sport. It reflected English values, discipline, fair play, respect for rules. Winning mattered. But how you played mattered just as much. England believed they were protecting the spirit of the game, not because of arrogance, but because of responsibility. They saw themselves as cricket's guardians. When cricket spread to other countries, England hoped those values would travel too. Australia was one of the first nations to fully embrace cricket.
And another test begins.
Don Bradman wins the toss for Australia, and Australia are going to bat. They're going to get first use of this good wicket.
But Australia would develop its own identity. Cricket in Australia grew under different conditions. Hard pitches, hot weather, loud, passionate crowds. Australian players learned quickly that success required strength, courage, and mental toughness. They didn't reject cricket's traditions, they adapted them. Australian cricket became known for fighting spirit, strong teamwork, and never giving up. When Australia played England, it wasn't about proving anyone wrong. It was about proving they belonged. Two nations, one game, two expressions of the same love for cricket. That contrast made every match special. August 1882, the Oval, London. England and Australia met again. England felt confident. Australia felt determined. The match stayed close over several days. England needed just 84 runs to win. Victory seemed certain, but Australia bowled patiently, fielded with discipline, and believed till the end. England were bowled out for 85. Australia won by 7 runs. The crowd was shocked. This wasn't just a match result, it was a historic moment. The next day, a newspaper published a joke obituary. English cricket has died, and the Ashes will be taken to Australia. It was written humorously, but it captured the emotion perfectly. From that day, England versus Australia became something more. Today, the urn stays at Lord's Cricket Ground. Players don't fight for the object, they fight for its meaning. As the years passed, each Ashes series added another real chapter. In 1948, England faced an Australian team that played near-perfect cricket. Led by Don Bradman, Australia went unbeaten through the tour. They were later remembered as the Invincibles. It was not about domination, it was about discipline, preparation, and belief. That series showed how planning and teamwork can define greatness.
Bradman leads the applause, which recognizes a great player and the fact that England batsmen have found their form at last.
In the 1970s, cricket entered a new phase. Faster bowling, stronger batsmen, changing mindsets. The Ashes adapted without losing identity. Players like Dennis Lillee and Jeff Thompson challenged technique. England responded with resilience and skill. The rivalry pushed both teams to improve. In the 1980s, the Ashes became a test of momentum. Series could turn in a single session. Ian Botham's performances didn't come from nowhere. They came from pressure. Australia learned the same lesson. They began focusing on consistency, fitness, and mental strength. By the 1990s, Australia built one of the strongest test teams in history. Their Ashes success was based on planning, not aggression. England struggled but never stopped competing. That period reminded the cricket world of something important. The Ashes is not about short-term success. It is about cycles. Teams rise, teams rebuild, the rivalry stays. In 2001, Australia dominated in England, but even in defeat, the series mattered. Because every Ashes series leaves lessons behind. England learned from failure. They invested in preparation. That work showed in 2005. When England won, it wasn't revenge, it was reward. Reward for patience, planning, and belief. Australia responded again. They rebuilt calmly. By 2006 to 2007, they returned stronger. This back and forth defined the rivalry.
What a cricketer! And what 100 that is from Ricky Ponting. He's had to live with losing the Ashes.
No team stayed ahead forever. No team stayed behind forever. In 2013 to 14, Australia regained control at home. Fast bowling, sharp fielding, and clear leadership made the difference. England accepted the challenge. They regrouped. Because in the Ashes, losing is not the end. It is part of the story. In 2015, England used home conditions wisely. In 2017 to 18, Australia did the same. Each series followed a pattern rooted in reality. Conditions matter. Preparation matters. Adaptability matters. The Ashes never relied on controversy to stay relevant. The cricket itself carried the weight. Even when matches were one-sided, history gave them meaning. Because every result became a reference point for the next generation. Young players didn't just study techniques, they studied Ashes moments. The rivalry also taught administrators lessons. Test cricket survives when quality is protected. The Ashes proved that tradition does not block progress, it guides it. Crowds kept returning. Broadcasters kept investing, not because of hype, but because of trust. People trusted the Ashes to deliver real cricket. As the modern era continues, the challenge remains the same. Protect the balance, respect the opponent, honor the history. Because the Ashes does not belong to one team, it belongs to the game. England and Australia are not rivals by accident, they are rivals by responsibility. They challenge each other so cricket can grow. They test each other so standards remain high. That is why every Ashes series feels heavy. Not with tension alone,